Another world-level organization to keep an eye on is the World Government Summit, which has been meeting annually. The 2022 summit met in Abu Dhabi, at which economist Dr. Pippa Malmgren announced that
we are about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
In other words, a digital currency is coming and Biden has been cooperating. China has already made such a move, and Malmgren says the U.S. is on the verge. Biden recently signed an executive order to start controlling digital currency. Dr. Malmgren also laughingly suggested that we will need a digital constitution of human rights. Bible prophecy predicts a one-world currency along with a one-world government. Merging to a one-world currency makes it easier to control every financial transaction, and could usher in a time the Bible talks about concerning the tribulation of the end times, when you can neither buy nor sell without the mark of the beast, and eventually helps to achieve the one-world government we've talked about. Interestingly, Dr. Malmgren was an advisor to George H.W. Bush, who, as we've established, made a speech about the new world order we seek. Couple all this with a statement made by Paul Henry Spaak circa 1956. We do not want another committee. We have too many already to hold the allegiance of all people, and to lift us out of the economic morass into which we are sinking. Send us such a man, and be he God or devil, we will receive him. Maybe you'll want to read that again just to be sure what certain people are saying. Moreover, you'll want to read what the globalists are cooking up at the World Economic Forum. Check out the link for their predictions for the year 2030. For example, people will own nothing. Goods are either free of charge or must be lent from the state. This means everything will be owned by the government, and you will receive only what the government says you can receive. The same thing happened in Soviet-era Russia, and people often had food/consumer goods because of ants and poor planning by bureaucrats. And who will produce these free goods? If this isn't global communism, what is it? The United States will no longer be the leading superpower, but a handful of countries will dominate. The United States must be dethroned so the one world government can succeed. But who gets to decide that? And who decides the of this handful of countries? We've discussed above a one world government in connection with the end times and the rise of the Antichrist. Are we getting close? Or are we already there? Organs will not be transplanted but printed. This is going to take a lot more engineering than we will be able to manage by 2030. You can 3D print a house, but tissue that will do what human organs do is doubtful. Meat consumption will be minimized. So, when we are up to our asses in a planet full of ever-breeding animals, which God put here for our use, who neither know nor care about the globalists' wet dream of limiting global population, what will be done with them? Massive displacement of people will take place with billions of refugees. Where will they go? Especially if there is no America to take them in. And who will manage the economy of the countries to which these billions of refugees will be distributed? To limit the emission of carbon dioxide, a global price will be set at an exorbitant level. And what happens when forests begin to die out because of reduced carbon dioxide? Worse yet, since people and most higher-order animals breathe out carbon dioxide with every breath, will we have to pay a high tax for contributing regularly to the carbon zealots' worst nightmares? People can prepare to go to Mars and start a journey to find alien life. What if they don't any? Maybe the bigger question is what if they do and the aliens are not that fond of immigrants? Another question begging an answer is how do they get back? Or are they really supposed to get back? Western values will be tested to the breaking point. Western values include family, sanctity of marriage, biblical morals, and Christianity. Do you see Karl Marx in this and his disdain for the nuclear family? By now, you should be able to see what's coming around the corner. Concerning the World Economic Forum, Breitbart reported on May 4, 2020, that Joe Biden called the COVID pandemic an incredible opportunity to fundamentally transform the country. Let's remember now what Barack Obama said in Missouri in a 2008 campaign speech. We are only 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. It seems like that's always on the minds of the Marxists, who apparently believe they can control and re-engineer human behavior. These expressions are too uncomfortably close to be mere coincidence, especially since both men were associated during the Obama presidency, and Biden is now president. A chilling thought is that Obama and his communist is the little old man behind the curtain actually running the White House for brain-dead Biden. Perhaps somewhat telling is that Nancy Pelosi started attacking 25th Amendment while Trump was in the White House. But she was quick to assure America that she was not thinking about applying it to Trump. If so, then why bring it up? What are the Democrats trying to dream up? They all knew before he was elected Biden was not mentally competent or fit to serve as president. Nobody should want a man who can't find his way off a stage to have his finger on the nuclear launch codes. Is there a plan now being kicked around Democrat circles to dump Kamala Harris and replace her with Obama? If we see him show up on the radar again, get ready for phase 2 of the killing of America. In other words, if they succeed at replacing Harris with Obama, will they then finally agree to impeach Biden? Kicking Biden to the curb would be very easy. The whole country knows he's a buffoon. We also know Harris is out of her depth. She's accomplished nothing as vice president, especially as border czar, and would never be able to cackle her way through a presidency. So will Americans be easily convinced to accept the reinstatement of Obama? Would that even be legal? The short answer is a scary yes. Think about this. The 22nd Amendment only prevents Obama from being elected again.